Hello everyone, it's SpawnPoiint and March is just around the corner, so we're going to go through the top games that you don't want to miss this month. These are all releasing on PS5, Xbox and PC. We've got single player games, multiplayer, couch co-op and some chilled games that are definitely worth checking out. Now I would normally run through these in a random order, but today I'm going to go through in release date order, so let me know how you prefer these videos to be structured. Also, thank you to Mythology for sponsoring today's video, but more on that later. Okay, so we're kicking today's video off with a classic builder and business simulator, 2Point Museum. This is from the same team behind 2Point Hospital, but instead of trying to keep your customers alive, we've got exhibitions to build, staff to manage, rooms to design, and toilets to clean. Plus, don't forget to force every one of your customers to exit through the gift shop. Now, this is the type of game where you can test out your staff and your management skills by either creating a business to be proud of or just running it into the ground. Like, do you really need to hire more staff, or can we get away with overworking the team that we already have? We've got experts, janitors, assistants and security, plus the risk of fires, unhappy customers and even thefts to deal with. Now with games like this, it take me back to my childhood, spending endless hours playing games like The Sims and Theme Hospital, where I would spend more time designing and building than actually playing the game. So if you're after a chill game this month, 2Point Hospital launches on March 4th. However, you can play it 5 days early on February 27th if you buy the Explorer Edition, and then this is coming to PS5, Xbox Series and PC. And if you like your real-time strategy games like Age of Empires, the PS5 is finally getting Age of Mythology. The original game launched back in 2002, but in 2024, it got a whole new remaster for PC and Xbox. And in March, it will be coming to PlayStation for the first time. Now in Age of Mythology Retold, you get to build your own civilization, gather resources, and go head-to-head with enemies. But we're not just talking about regular enemies here. You've got gods and mythical creatures to contend with. You also have villagers who need to gather resources, including food, wood and gold, build houses, villages and towns. And did I mention the enemies? Now if you ever played the original game, you're in for a treat this time, as the remake takes everything that you liked from the original game and gives us an updated look with better graphics and quite a few new features. So Age of Mythology Retold launches on PS5 on March 4th, unless you go for the premium edition and you get to play this 5 days early on February 27th. Now I'm not sure about you, but I'm always on the lookout for a new co-op game, both couch co-op and online. And that's since playing games like A Way Out and It Takes Two. Well, on March 6th, we are getting another game from the same team behind those called Split Fiction. This is a co-op story-driven game where you get to play as one of two characters, Mio and Zoe, stuck when two parallel universes collide. Now what starts off as an experiment to bring their stories to life quickly turns into a mission to navigate through the two very different worlds with two very different characters. So Mio's world is sci-fi while Zoe's world is fantasy. And throughout the game you'll have to work together as a team to complete puzzles and find your way through the story. But from the early gameplay and the trailers that we've seen, this mixes loads of different game genres into one. Like every level looks completely different to the last. We've got puzzles, top-down and fights. There's even some hoverboard-looking snowboarding to do as well. And it certainly blends mystery with sci-fi and some pretty trippy-looking moments as well. So if you're a fan of co-op games like A Way Out or It Takes Two and even Overcooked, I think this is a perfect game for you. I'm already looking forward to playing this with my wife as soon as it drops next month. So Split Fiction releases on March 6th and that's coming to PS5, Xbox and PC. Okay, now let's talk about Revenge of the Savage Planet by Raccoon Logic, who have very kindly sponsored today's video. I've also dropped a link to their new game down below. So this is an upcoming third-person action-adventure game, where you get to explore 4 bizarre alien planets, each with their own weird plants, creatures, and wildlife. Now if you didn't know already, this is a sequel to the 2020 game Journey to the Savage Planet, and from the gameplay that we've seen so far, it's still got that great humour like we've seen before, and to be honest, it is borderline ridiculous humour, and it's definitely one of those upbeat fun games to play. So you are an astronaut who's been stranded on this colourful and dangerous looking planet, and the story is a continuation from the first game. You can scan, jump, grind and shoot your way around the world, collect new equipment and upgrade all of your gear. And you'll need to survive, explore and battle against the various creatures, all while still trying to get home. And what's great is you don't have to go at this alone, as fortunately it does come with a co-op mode which you can play either couch co-op or online. So this is yet another game that I will be playing split screen at home with the family. On top of that, you can customize yourself with the wardrobe and change your suit, helmet and other accessories. So Revenge of the Savage Planet releases on May 8th on PS4, PS5, Xbox and PC, and you can use my link in the description to wishlist it now on PlayStation. Or you can play it 3 days early if you go for the Cosmic Hoarder Edition. Plus, if you buy it within the first month of launch, you will get the Cinco de Mayo Trash Panda suit. And if you're a fan of classic RPGs, this one's going to hit you right in the feels. And that's because Suikoden 1 and 2 is getting an HD remaster. Now these games were originally released back in the 90s, but after nearly 30 years, we are getting that remaster. Now the devs have taken the original game and given it a new coat of paint with improved graphics, upgraded backdrops, and even the character portraits have been redrawn. It kind of still looks like the classic game, but with sharper and more vivid graphics. Now not only have the visuals been upgraded, but so have some of the features as well. There's a brand new world map system, a fast forward button for battles, and a few other quality of life features as well. Even the UI has had an overhaul. But I'll be honest though, I have never played one of these games, and I kind of feel bad for it. But let me know if you've ever played one of these, as I'm interested to hear your thoughts on the series. So Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remaster is dropping on March 6th, and that's coming to pretty much every platform. So that's the PS5, PS4, Xbox, PC and Switch. Then on March 7th, we are getting the return of WWE 2K25. Now it might look and feel like an incremental improvement over last year, because let's face it, that is normally what happens. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. This time we've got more than 300 characters and legends to choose from, new matches, new features and a new island mode. So the new island is a WWE themed world where you can walk around and explore, complete challenges, interact with other players and sort of be part of a WWE universe. Now this new mode is going to be exclusive to the PS5 and Xbox series, but it adds a whole new online element to the game. And then there's the new intergender matches, which does exactly what it says. That means you can fight anyone with anyone, as we're all equals here. And then we have the underground matches, which is for the hardcore fans. These are the no rules fights in the parking lots or down in the basement. We then get the new showcase mode, the Bloodline, and this is the big one this year, as you'll get to relive some of those epic matches and replay history in your own way. They've also added a fair few new features like being able to change the camera views and a new third-person view during the entrances. But on the whole, this is the classic WWE that we all love to see with some much needed improvements. So WWE 2K25 is set to drop on March 14th, unless you go for these special editions, in which case you'll get to play this on March 7th. And this is coming to PS4, PS5, Xbox and PC. And if you want to get away from the usual hard-hitting new releases this month and fancy a cozy, chilled-out game, we've got Wanderstop. This is a slow, narrative and story-driven game with magical forests, personal losses and a tea shop. Essentially, you play as Alter, a former tournament fighter who wants to take a step back to chill and heal. So you simply make tea, you plant the seeds, farm the leaves and fruit and chat with your customers. You can roam the grounds, trim the weeds, water the plants and sweep up. It's basically a no-stress tea shop simulator. Now the game launches on March 11th and it's coming to PC and PS5, but there is also a demo which dropped on February 28th if you fancy checking that out first. Okay, so I've got to include this in today's list, and that's Assassin's Creed Shadows. It has had a lot of noise online, as let's be honest, it's kind of on the ropes. But I'm still holding out hope that this is going to be a good game. But maybe that's because I just really like Assassin's Creed games. So Shadows, like the previous Assassin's Creed game, is an open-world action-adventure stealth-like game, but this time it is set in Japan during the late 1500s. You get to play as two protagonists, a samurai and a shinobi, who both have different abilities, different combat styles, and different skills. This also means that during the gameplay and storyline, you'll be able to switch between the two characters to explore the open world. Now you can either go at it stealth in that ninja-like fashion, or just throw your weight around and start smashing things up. Then we've got the visuals. It's got dynamic weather and seasons, day and night, forests and rivers, and plenty of long grass and shadows to hide from the enemies. Now I genuinely really hope this game does well at launch, as I will be playing it, but it will be interesting to see how this does. Now let me know in the comments though, will you be picking this up? So Assassin's Creed Shadows drops on March 20th, and that's coming to PS5, Xbox Series and PC. And then we have the first Berserker Khazan, and this looks absolutely insane. It's a shame that it's so late in the month, as I almost feel like I should have put this at the beginning of today's video, but here we go. Okay, so I'm going to come right out and say it like it is. This is a Souls-like game. It's a hardcore action RPG set in the dungeon and fighter universe. And it wasn't until I was researching today did I realise how good this game looks. I am absolutely loving the art style and the visuals, plus the cutscenes look really impressive. And I'm not sure about you, but he's giving me Kratos vibes, but unhinged, if that's even possible. So this is set 800 years before the DNF events, as you play as Khazan, appropriately named the first Berserker. Now, he's been exiled to the snowy mountains for treason, although he is claiming his innocence, and you've got to get your vengeance. But as mentioned, this is a Souls-like game, so it's not going to be easy. Expect hardcore combat and serious skill-based attacks to work through the enemies and the boss battles. But it will no doubt be fully rewarding and satisfying. Now, it's really strange because unless I've been living under a rock, which is possible, I've not seen a serious amount of hype or noise about this game. Either way, it's something I'm looking forward to, and it launches on March 27th and it's coming to PS5, Xbox Series and PC. Also, there is a demo out now which you should probably check out first. And then we have Atomfall, a survivor action game from Rebellion. And this for me looks like a must play this month. And it is definitely giving me Fallout meets Everybody's Gone to the Rapture vibes, and I'm 100% for it. So it's set in England 5 years after the real-life nuclear disaster which happened here in 1957. You wake up in the quarantine zone and you'll need to explore the open countryside, scavenge for supplies, craft weapons, barter with characters, and try to avoid the rogue government agents. But not only is this a survival game, you'll be uncovering the truth behind the disaster, trying to find out what happened by gathering clues from every conversation that you have. It's also got intense combat, which has been said to be pretty unforgiving. And on top of that, you need to manage your heart rate, which adds a strange layer of realism. Now, although this is set in England, it is a reimagined British countryside which blends history and sci-fi. And if you've ever played either Fallout or Everybody's Gone to the Rapture, I'm hoping you know exactly what I'm talking about. So Atomfall drops on March 27th and that's coming to PlayStation, Xbox and PC. And a few bonus games I wanted to at least mention in today's video include MLB The Show 25, which is what feels like the 50th installment in the series, and that releases on March 18th. It looks like Wreckfest 2 is going into early access on PC on March 20th. It will also be coming to consoles, but right now only PC will be getting that early access. Then we've got Rise of the Ronin that is coming to PC on March 10th. And another huge game which I want to play is Inzoi, which is coming to PC first on March 28th. It's basically a new Sims game, so you can create your own character, build and style your house, make friends and buy outfits. You can even move around the city. So yeah, if you're a Sims fan, I think this one will be an incredible game. And well, that's March. Are there any games that stand out for you or any that I've missed? For me, it's got to be Split Fiction for that couch co-op play, Atomfall as this just looks great, the first Berserker and Assassin's Creed Shadows for those single player games. In fact, there are too many games here that I absolutely have no way that I'll have the time to play them all. But we're going to give it a go. Now drop a nice new games in the comments and I'll give you a thumbs up for staying right till the end. And if you did enjoy today's video, check out my PS5 long-term review video next. Well, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe and follow me everywhere. Until next time.